Hi, my name is Bianca Talbot. I am Chief Executive at the WOW Awards. Some of you have probably heard of the WOW Awards programme before. Many of you may have also been recognised through our programme. The WOW Awards has been running for 20 years, collecting positive customer experience stories. Within the NHS, we do exactly that, but this time we're collecting patient experiences. So real life experiences and examples of the great quality of care that people get every day at Hampshire hospitals, for example. I think the performance of any organisation ultimately depends on its people, and the same goes for a healthcare system like the NHS. I think as Europe's largest employer, it's essential that there is a culture there that is supportive, that is inclusive, and that lifts people and inspires them. 1.4 million people have come into the NHS to work. They have a great deal of compassion, a great deal of dedication, and they deserve to be recognised and thanked for the care that they give. Recognising those people actually helps combat some of the challenges that the NHS is facing. The benefits of creating an appreciative and supportive culture are everything from reduced absence, reduced employee sickness, better employee health, better employee well-being, a more efficient workforce, a more resilient workforce. So I think ultimately, the more that people working within the NHS feel appreciated and valued, the better level of care patients will get and the better it will feel working there as well. There are individual benefits to gratitude on an individual level, and there are benefits for the organisation as well. On an individual level, there are 4 huge benefits to be had. The first one being improving physical health. People practicing gratitude on a regular basis notice that they make healthier lifestyle choices. So if you're grateful for your physical body, your physical presence, you're more likely to take better care of yourself. And self-care, as we know, really does you a lot of good. I think it's Robert A. Emmons, professor of psychology, actually states that gratitude affects our biochemistry. So it lowers our blood pressure, it improves the function of our immune system, improves our sleep quality as well. The second great benefit for the individual is improved mental health. The action of expressing gratitude and receiving the same back actually releases serotonin and dopamine in the brain. So this improves our mood almost instantly. It also reduces negative emotions like regret, frustration, envy. So it just overall has a really positive effect on our mental well-being, and has been shown to reduce stress hormones by up to 23%. So that's all positive. The third benefit is improved self-esteem. So when we talk about gratitude, this can be expressing appreciation to someone else, but it can also be a practice state of mind, just practicing feeling grateful for what you have, what you contribute, the kind of relationships you have around you. And that practice increases self-regard, regard for others, which has a great impact on our performance, our effectiveness, and that ultimately makes you feel really good about yourself. So overall, it kind of gives you a general sense of feeling of happiness. So yes, lots of positive things for the individual. If we're talking about the effects gratitude has in the workplace, there is a direct correlation between employee retention and an employee's perception of feeling valued at work. There is a real connection between receiving praise, feeling appreciated, and the amount of discretional effort that you are willing to offer your workplace. feeling appreciated even makes you persevere more on difficult tasks. I think everyone can kind of relate to that. You know, why are you bothering to work really hard if you never get thanked or never feel that your efforts are appreciated? There are two stories that instantly come to mind. One is the story about, it was one of your porters. I think he had noticed that there was a patient who was feeling quite lonely, quite scared, a little bit traumatized by what had been happening during her sickness. And he noticed that, and he offered to comfort her and asked her if it would make her feel better if he would sing to her. And he held her hand and sang Amazing Grace, or they sang Amazing Grace together. That's probably one of my favorite ones. But we did actually get a story in just more recently over the summer. A patient had been admitted, I think, a few times with a number of infections. They're suffering a life-limiting condition. And it became known that the patient in question, they were coming to the end of life. And the therapist assigned to the family knew that one of the patient's wishes was to see her daughter get married. And knowing the patient was now at end of life, the team at Hampshire came together to facilitate the daughter getting married on the ward, decorated with candles, flowers, accommodating the social distancing rules as well, so that the patient could have that experience before passing away. It's very touching, that one.